Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're taking a look at Jason Aaron's Conan run. Well, it's not a run, it's just his stories. Hey everybody, and welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and today we're taking a look at all the Conan stories by Jason Aaron. So, I've never read Conan stories before until these books started coming out. And I tried the books that ended after Jason Aaron left the Conan the Barbarian title, and I did not like them. So when they announced that King Conan was coming, and this was Jason Aaron writing the last Conan story, so to speak, coming back with Mahmoud Asrar, who did the first 12 issues here, I was ecstatic. So, to me, I haven't read any of the old 70s or 80s stuff, so don't blame me. I haven't never read a Conan story other than these. But I thought these were phenomenal reads. You've got beautiful covers here by Esad Ribic on the first series, Mahmoud Asrar doing the covers for this one, and Mahmoud Asrar doing the interiors on all three of these books. So these are all trade paperbacks. You got The Life and Death of Conan, Book 1 and Book 2. I think there's a deluxe hardcover that collects the 12 issues here, but King Conan just came out in trade paperback a couple of weeks ago, so go seek that out. Unfortunately, there's always some rights issues going on with Conan, and Marvel no longer has the rights, I think, to publish their own Conan books. So will there be an oversized deluxe of King Conan? I think not. I think their stuff is done at the end of the year, like issue 6 of King Conan came out, and then they rushed this to trade paperback, I think, to get that collection out there. So if you're interested in these books, go seek them out now before they disappear. I don't know if the next publisher is going to publish them or anything like that, but they're really phenomenal. So let's start with Conan the Barbarian, The Life and Death of Conan. This is a cool story. This is, let's open up book 1 here. It's got a little, like, all the pages here are shown like they're old pages. You got this kind of map of, I don't know what the continent is called here, but where everything goes. You got some callbacks to some older Conan comics. Marvel in the 70s and 80s was the one publishing Conan comics. You got King Conan here, kind of reminiscing. So this story jumps around a little bit between, I can't remember if it's King Conan, but it jumps timelines. Like there's the Conan the Barbarian, he's on adventures, and then it flashes forward a little bit later. Conan loves the ladies. And it's in different time periods as it goes on. So you got kind of a King Conan story in here as well as the flashbacks to the thing. And they all tie together at the very end, which is nice. Covers by Esad Ribic, who's amazing. But Mahmoud Asrar is really the star here. I don't know who started inking him here. Gerardo Zaffino, I don't think he's doing the art in number 4, so I don't think he's the inker. But Mahmoud Asrar is inking himself, I believe. And really, I felt like this is the strongest I've ever seen his art. I've liked it before. He did some Avengers stuff with Mark Waid. And I really did like it. This is the other artist here. But I don't know. It's just something about Conan. I don't know if it brought it out in him or what. If it's the storytelling, or the style, or the content. But his artwork is phenomenal here in this book, and I fell in love with this story so much so that I got real excited when they decided to collect them. Right? I mean, I knew they were going to collect them, but here's Volume 2, Life of Death and Conan, Book 2. So this is the conclusion to this 12-issue story. Again, we're jumping back and forth between time periods, between older Conan and then younger Conan, who has all these things happening to them. It involves a witch and some children and some like blood sacrifice to raise a demon, typical Conan stuff. Got an appearance by Thothamon, who apparently is Conan's like arch nemesis. Again, I'm not a huge Conan head, but there's enough in here that Jason Aaron, like, he's telling you what's going on, but also there's no questions. Everything is explained. To me, this was a great first time Conan story. And it was really, really cool to see everything kind of strung together between Conan's entire life into the finale here. So really, really wonderful story. I really enjoyed this. And I want to reread it right away, honestly. It's so good. So it's got some variant covers in the back here, stuff like that. And then let's jump to King Conan. So in between these two volumes, right, they launched another series called Savage Conan or Savage Sword of Conan, just like in the 80s. There's still a Conan the Barbarian series. However, they had a bunch of other writers and artists take over. I tried to read them, but honestly, I liked the Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Azhar stories so much that I tried the first couple issues after this one, 13, 14, 15, whatever, and it just wasn't for me. So I turned it off, and then when I heard they were coming back, I jumped back in. So this is King Conan. This is the finale here. Not finale. It doesn't really tie into the first two books. It's its own story. It's King Conan, and again, there's dual storylines here, but it's him stranded on an island with Thothamon, his arch nemesis, and them figuring out how to get off the island together without killing each other first. And then at the same time, you have Conan flashing back to a story with his son, Khan here, who he's trying to make a man himself. He thinks his son is weak because Conan grew up a barbarian and a wanderer, a mercenary, and then became king somehow. And his son has been raised as a prince and is soft and needs to be hardened and go on his own adventures. So he's pushing his son Khan to go and do that. So you're kind of flashing in between these two storylines, Conan on the island and Conan like pushing his son away, banishing him from the land, and them coming to battle over it because his son doesn't believe he's as soft as his dad thinks because his dad's a hard man and he's been raised by a hard man. So pretty interesting story. Artwork, beautiful again. Mahmoud Azhar pumping out all the goodies. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. And I got to say the colors in here are wonderful as well. Let's look up the colors and give him a shout. Color artist Matthew Wilson with Mahmoud Azhar doing flashbacks in 1 and 2. So yeah, Matthew Wilson, fantastic color artist, doing a bang-up job. Really wonderful paper here on these collections. Everything kind of pops through, and it doesn't really feel like the paper is bad or anything like that. So really got to give it to Marvel for pumping these out. So yeah, if there's any Conan comics that you're thinking about reading, I think they should be these. Again, these are the only ones I've read, but I read them and they are phenomenal. So go pick up Jason Aaron's run in Conan the Barbarian and King Conan in trade paperback. Go find them now before they're out of print and never printed again, at least for a long, long time. They are worth reading. Even if you're not a Conan fan, this is a wonderful story here, and you're going to love it so much you're going to want to read King Conan by the same team. So that's my overview of Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Azhar's Conan the Barbarian and King Conan. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. We'll see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.